So if the shoe didn't fit, she would have had to quit.
I certainly.
You think you O.J. Simpson? Doubleheader right into the. He took a stiletto to the eye.
Remember this?
When I was dancing, Mr. Moody was half of his body was on the stage, like he was trying to put his paws, you know, all on the stage.
Now, are you supposed to touch the dancers?
When you at a strip club and the dancers are dancing on you, of course it's gonna be, in a sense, some form of...
All right, we can't. Yo, this is gonna get me in trouble, nigga. How the fuck, nigga didn't leave with pink eye, nothing. He left with a fucking stiletto to the eye.
body contact.
Yeah, but they got rules, right? Did
They-
y'all have rules?
Oh, there's rules. That's
Signs
fine.
that say no touching the dancers.
You know what? I don't care where you from north, south, east to west. Everybody knows you don't touch the dancers. And Mr. Moody definitely know the rules.
Bitch, shut it. Cap. You don't get on the stage. You can touch them. They go up there and shake ass in your face. What you mean don't touch them? No, you're lying. You're lying. You definitely can touch them. It just has to be money involved. You got to make sure you're throwing that money on for some fun.
Rules as many times as you've been in there.
That's
when you
right.
had to.
Well,
confess. You
I
the
understand the
project
rules.
manager. I know you can read.
Miss Davis, I know this is important to you because your club is at stake.
Yes, sir. I'm
But you
sorry.
got to talk to me,
I'm
okay?
sorry.
So, Miss Candy, how did this actually happen?
Judge, would you like me to show you?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, let me show you.
Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. I'm giving y'all a free show. y'all ain't gotta pay me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make y'all pay me for what you about to do. I ain't gonna charge y'all for it. Watch this shit be trash.
So I was going around the pole,
I need more effort.
and then I kicked my leg up
Okay.
and went around, just like that.
This bitch doing this in Sunday's best clothes? Yeah, she's a whore.
And so that's when your shoe came off.
Yes, that's when my shoe came off.
Okay.
But I didn't mean for it to happen, Your Honor.
You weren't intending to put his eye out.
Absolutely not. But he was leaning over. Had he not been doing that, it would have never happened, Your Honor.
Now, Miss Davis, you said something about
Yo, what would y'all tell y'all people, man? Like, you gotta go get this done, right? Let's say you don't see you gotta walk around with this on. How you telling them what happened? Look at the TV.
Leaning, mean for it to happen, Your Honor.
you weren't.
Oh yeah, she's a stripper,
Yes,
dirty
that's
dancing,
when my
and
shoe
she
came
begging me to wife her. She on Instagram. That's
Okay.
the Instagram picture.
But I didn't mean for it to happen, Your Honor.
You weren't intending to put his eye out.
Absolutely not. But he
You
was
can't say you
leaning
got beat
over.
up
Had he
either.
not been doing that, it would have never happened, Your Honor.
Now, Miss Davis, you said something about him being in the wrong place. What do you mean by that? I didn't know there was a wrong place in an adult entertainment club.
Yes, Your Honor, there is. There is a restricted area.
Explain the restricted area for me.
I have a diagram. Can I submit it to the court? Can
Yes,
I show
ma'am.
you,
I
Your
saw
Honor?
that diagram. We're going to put it up on the plasma here. You can use it to explain your club to me.
This is the stage here where Miss Candy and some more of the ladies were dancing at. Now, they were on the back pole, and Miss Candy was right here on this front pole. And as you see, all this area here is the restricted area that I was referring to. So nobody has any business being over in this area.
So Mr. Moody's in the restricted area?
Not only is he in the restricted area, but he's actually leaned over the stage too.
Do you remember that?
This is the thing. I
All
wasn't
right.
the only one that was there.
You're
There
the
was
only one I
plenty-
remember being there.
Well, you're lying.
No.
Because
Whoa.
why would I just sit and place myself in just a restricted area if there wasn't other people there?
So, Miss Davis, can people just sit in the restricted area, the customers?
No, there are signs that clearly say
She lying. She lying like a motherfucker. Money talks in all these clubs, bro. You're fucking lying. Money talks. If you got that money on, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do in there. Listen.
restricted area, keep out.
Did you see any of those signs?
With the ambiance and the light settings of the room, I
Oh,
don't remember
no.
seeing.
This, I'm telling y'all, niggas go to court and start using big words. He ain't even say it right. Nigga said ambiance. Niggas ambiance. 8 of our coppers. You gotta sell him. You speaking from experience? No, I just watched a bunch of Instagram stories.
In that.
Well, you knew you were in a restricted area, true?
Yes, Your Honor, but there was other people that were in that same restricted
so
area
why
as
do
well.
you feel like the rules don't apply?
He should have said no. He should have said no. He should have said no. I did not know that. Because you just contradicted yourself. You just said with the ambiance, apparently, with the ambiance and the lighting, I couldn't see it. But then he said that you knew you was in it. You just fucked yourself up. The thing about court is you gotta stay on the straight and narrow with your stories. Even if you're lying, you gotta stick with that lie. I'm a lawyer now. I could be.
Apply to you.
I get to ask the question.
I'm a
I'm
regular.
sorry.
I
I'm
get to
sorry,
ask the
Your Honor.
question.
Saying you're a regular ain't a good thing to say.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
But why do you think the rules don't apply to you?
Listen, Your Honor, I'm a regular. And it's so ironic because they weren't complaining when I was throwing 20s and 50s in the G-strings.
Y'all had
You already lost, buddy. Okay? You cannot go band for band now, okay? You lost. He lost.
to know he was in the restricted
They
area.
knew I was
right?
there.
As you can see, the VIP booths are on the side. So he was being slick. When the bouncer would come tap him, he would walk back over to the VIP booth, and then everybody would go on about
An eye for a thigh. These niggas.
their business. And then he would sneak back to the restricted
So
area.
you kept coming back, Mr. Moody.
I was not the only customer there, Your Honor. But yes, I did.
Mr. Moody, you were leaning over the dance floor. You're in the restricted area, and now you come and ask this court to give you your medical expenses of $29,000? What's life been like since you suffered this eye injury?
It's been horrible, Your Honor. I can't do anything that I love doing. I can't play hoops with my bros anymore.
Why did I say $294,000?
People, every time when I walk in public, they looking at me crazy.
How are you able to do your job? I see that you've submitted $50,000 in lost wages.
The whole promotion that I got, they had to put me on leave because they felt like I was not up to par for the job.
Well, to understand the nature of your injuries from a medical perspective, the court consulted Dr. Lauren Yancey. She's an ophthalmologist. Sheriff,
Like, the thing is, though, is like, nigga, you went to the strip club. I ain't gonna lie to you, the strip club is like Vegas. What happens in there stays in there, and that's it. If I'm being honest.
Sheriff Matt, would you get Dr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just want to say that it's not my fault. I do feel bad that he was injured, but it is not my fault. He needs to understand that there are consequences to his actions.
Ms. Davis, I get to decide whether it's your fault.
Shut up. Exactly. Like, man, shut up. You done spoke your piece.
I've got to ask you, have you ever testified in front of a stripper pole before?
This is definitely a first for me.
Please explain the nature of Mr. Moody's eye injury.
So this is just an external photograph of what we'll see to be more extensive injuries underneath the eyelid. This is a pretty devastating injury. It's hard to even get oriented in terms of where we are in the eye.
It was just getting good. It was just getting good. Okay. So we gotta watch. Okay, so we gotta watch the full episodes. The little 4 minutes and 5 minutes ones. No, it's not the channel sucks. We gotta watch these episodes. That's all it is. Oh, is this? See, we good. We good. We good. We back. We bike. We bike. Nah, we bike. Relax. 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 We bike. We bike. We bike. We bike. Chill. 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 We bike.
I've got to ask you, have you ever testified in front of a stripper pole before?
This is definitely a first for me.
Please explain the nature of Mr. Moody's eye injury.
So this is just an external photograph of what we'll see to be more extensive injuries.
This is the part we just
underneath
watched,
the
you know what I'm saying?
eyelid.
Catch it back
This
up.
is a pretty devastating injury. It's hard to even get oriented in terms of where we are in the eye. But this is the patient's cornea right here, and we can see there's a marked laceration across the top that really is threatening vision emergently. So the first priority is to close this laceration.
Imagine saying you went blind because you went to the strip club. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, the strip club ain't no decision that you make and plan on doing. Like, the strip club is one of those, like, do I go home or do I go to the strip club? You know? And it's like, oh, I could have just went home, went to sleep, and I could see still. But I decided to be horny and go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. It's one of those. Like, I ain't never been to the strip club, like, and planned on going there. It's always been one of those, like, fuck it.
that the patient has. And once we're able to restore that cornea back to its original location, then we're going to need to address the floor of the orbit, which is that bony structure.
Will he ever get his vision back?
With an injury like this one, I would say he would be very lucky to return to functional vision.
Damn.
Thank you, doctor. We appreciate you. You're released.
Damn, oh my God. Wow. Being horny, man.
Mr. Moody, I can't imagine what's going through your mind right now.
Who would have thought that going to the booty club I'd come out like this?
You, nigga.
The more I look at this, it seems to me you've got to take some responsibility for this. Do you take some responsibility for this?
No, I'm not responsible, Your Honor.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, she was wearing a shoe that wasn't her size.
Well, how do you know that?
I know because I brought the shoe here today.
Well, let me see it.
He might be back in the game. Wait a minute.
Sheriff Matt, will you get the shoe?
How did you know that's a shoe, though?
And I know it's not your size, Sheriff.
No, it's a little small for me.
This is the shoe that went in your eye.
Yes, Your Honor. The shoe was too big for her foot. How else could the shoe come off?
These aren't supposed to come off, are they, Miss Davis?
No, Your Honor, they're not. It's very difficult to do those tricks around that pole with shoes that don't fit correctly. So if the shoe didn't fit, she would have had to quit.
I certainly.
You think you O.J. Simpson? You ain't getting out of this one. Talk about something if the shoe ain't fit, she must have quit. Bitch, you think you O.J.? Rest in peace to Orenthal James. But that's who you think you is. You ain't slick.
Certainly understand that, but what we do know is the shoe did come off and it changed somebody's life. Miss Candy, were you wearing this shoe on that night?
I was, Your Honor. We
She's supposed to be like, I have no clue. I do not remember.
share shoes all the time. We borrow each other's stuff. That's just common. That's just what we do.
Well, what we got to decide is if the shoe fits, you'd get an acquit.
Nigga, leave my nigga Orenthal James out of this, bro. Yeah, OJ's name was Orenthal James Simpson.
Sheriff Matt, could you walk this over?
Are these the other strippers?
Miss Candy, I want you to try that shoe on.
I can. I have to take both my shoes off.
Nigga, I ain't never seen no shit like this.
Miss Candy, what size shoe do you wear?
A 6.
May I see that shoe again, Sheriff?
That nigga in the back said, ooh, ooh. Oh, she knows she cooked. Oh, yeah, she knows she cooked. Look at her face. Look at her face. They all know they cooked. They all know it's over.
This shoe says it's a 9.
Damn! Well. And still. There you go, my boy. Where to get that money on back? Where to get that money on back?
Even if the shoe was big, if he hadn't have been in an area where he wasn't supposed to be, he wouldn't have got hit in the eye.
Folks, I think I've heard enough. I'm ready to render my decision.
Yeah, you got cooked. What she should have said was, I used to be fat or something like that. I used to be big. I lost weight since then. But the problem is, oh yeah, no, you're good. Go back to light skin. Ty, you're never going to see this girl ever again. Oh, man, leave me alone, man.
The verdict is in.
You put up evidence that although you were close to the stage, you had no idea that your life was gonna change. You were gonna leave there with your buddies, everybody having had a really good time. Instead, we're here. In this case, the devil is in the details. You told him, you put up signs, you put the restricted area there so he could see where he's not supposed to go.
What do y'all think won? I feel like it's a 50-50 case right now.
Because at the end of the day, She was wearing a shoe that wasn't her size.
This is the shoe that went in your eye.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if the shoe didn't fit, she would have had to quit.
In every personal injury case, the plaintiff, you, Mr. Moody, have to prove three things. You've got to prove that Miss Davis and Sugar Mamas was wrong, that their wrong caused your eye injury. Here you've put up evidence that Miss Candy had a shoe on that came off and hit you in the eye. That's not supposed to happen. You put up evidence that although you were close to the stage, you had no idea that your life was gonna change. You were gonna leave there with your buddies, everybody having had a really good time. Instead, we're here, and you're asking this court for a lot of money for your injuries and lost wages. Miss Davis, Miss Candy, you all have been running a respectable establishment, a safe establishment, for a long time that you built from the ground up. But there are rules, and you enforce those rules. You put up signs, you put the restrict.
All I'm gonna say is, if the ladies lose this case, she gonna sue the fuck out of that stripper.
Area there so he could see where he's not supposed to go. Here, though, there was evidence that you left him there for a while, which makes people comfortable to be there. In this case, the devil is in the details. The reality is that the shoe was too big, and that's what caused the shoe to come off.
Ooh.
And that is why I find in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant, I'm going to award you $29,000 for your past medical bills, $15,000 for your future medical bills, $50,000 for your lost wages, and $200,000 for your pain and suffering, for a total award of $294,000. That is my final verdict, and this matter is adjourned.
God! Damn! He got hit with that goddamn shit! Woo! Oh my God! Nigga! Bruh! What? Yo, that is insane. Yeah, but you're fired. And so the stripper went home. She got fired the next day. She became a real estate agent. 2 kids, and now she has a family. You know? I don't know what the owner's doing. I don't know what the owner's doing. $300,000 is insane. $300,000 is insane.